Yo, so what's going on, guys? My name is Pone, and here we are with a little video today. I'm not actually watching any gameplay right now. I don't know what I'm putting on it. I just needed to talk to you guys. I chose a topic that I really wanted to talk about. I guess this could be under the standards of real talk. But it's something that I felt like I need to address and I need to talk about. It's not a rant. It's not a complaint. If anything, it's me just talking to you guys, you know, as people. And if ever there was a video, I'd actually like you guys to sit down, whether or not you're a Call of Duty fan, a Battlefield fan, a boob fan, a window fan, whatever fan you may be. If ever there was a video, I'd like you guys to sit down and actually sit through, even if it is a long one. It'd probably be this video. And I'm probably going to be a little random, probably going to be a little bit of here and there all over the place, but I do have ADHD, so that's my crutch. And there's a few things that I wanted to address in this video. I've been doing this YouTube thing for 2 years, 3 years now. And it has changed. And to try to act like it's not changed or try to fix it and revert it back to what it was is wrong. And that's kind of what I've been wanting. I've been wanting everybody to play by the rules and everything to go fair and everybody earn their keep, you know. I've wanted everybody to do that because that's how I've spent my life. I've spent my life, you know, not wanting something unless I've earned it. But a lot of things have been put into perspective for me. A lot of things I've realized over the course of this whole YouTube thing. And the thing that I didn't want to happen most, happened most. And it's understandable. And I knew it was bound to come. I was afraid of it. People are naturally afraid of change. Because they don't know what to expect. They don't know if they can handle it. They don't know if they'll be good at it. You never know what happens with change. People always fear change because they think it's going to come with failure. And my issue was, I was afraid that YouTube was going to turn from being a source of entertainment, a way to express yourself, your creativity, and it was going to turn into a media fest. It's going to turn into a cockfight. It's going to turn into business, and that is what YouTube has become. YouTube, if you were sitting here right now thinking this video, and you're thinking that your favorite commentators care about you, most likely they don't. You're a meal ticket. You're being used, exploited in many ways by a lot of these guys. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And I know it doesn't seem like a big deal. I mean, you get something out of it. And I'm going to sit here and I'm tell you this. This took me for the longest to realize this. It was one of my flaws. I mean, I've been upset. I've been mad. I've been angry. I've been jealous. There's been so many emotions I've had towards YouTube and other people that have done this. I'm kind of at the moment where just fuck it. Don't care about it. So if you're sitting here watching this video and you're thinking about a commentator, I want you to understand that our job, which is what YouTube is now, this is a job for all these commentators. Our job is to entertain you guys. So I think at the end of the day, if you're entertained, we're doing our job. We don't ask for anything crazy in return. We get paid for doing this. I mean, we do ask for favors. We ask for you guys to like and favorite the videos and stuff like that, which I will talk about here shortly. But those are tiny things, and I don't think it's an uneasy, wrong request. And I'm basically going to be everywhere in this video. I want to talk about the raw instinct thing. I want to talk about YouTube. I want to talk about likes and favorites and manipulation and where I think YouTube's going and heading. And honestly, YouTube's going nowhere but up. I think the world is changing. We're moving on as people. And technology is taking over. I think here soon you're going to see a lot of kids, you know, doing online schooling. You're going to see newspapers dying, and you're going to see, you know, television, not television necessarily, but cable dying, and everything's going to be streaming now. I saw an article where 62% of the people that watch television shows are now watching it through some stream like Netflix. And that's the world we're changing to. Online entertainment is where it's at, and we are in the gate. This is what we're doing. We're at the start of this. We're in the door for the movement. And this is a crazy opportunity for a lot of people. So when I tell you guys that some of these guys make tens of thousands of dollars a month. I'm telling you, these guys make tens of thousands of dollars a month. When I tell you that people contact us commentators, gamers, or actual video loggers, or anything like that for promotions or sponsorships, people often take the opportunity because it is business, and that's what YouTube has become. I myself have been offered to promote products for anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 a month, an actual contract to promote them for once or twice a month for like $5,000. And I used to turn it down because I thought it would cloud the, I guess, content on my channel. And I started to realize that there's a different source there. I mean, if you could do a little something different with yourself but still retain who you are. I was always afraid that if I started doing that, I think the fear was I would change. I was afraid that if I started doing something that was different or out of my comfort zone, that I would turn into a bad person. That has always been my fear with YouTube, is I see everybody else doing it. I want to gain subscribers like they do, but I don't want to cheat. So I've always tried to stick to my best judgment, and that's what I'm doing right here. Now, with the whole community changing, I mean, there have been issues throughout the community, such as like miscategorizing, where is the attempt of putting a video in the wrong category. Like I was to talk about Call of Duty Black Ops 2 trailer, and I put it in pets and animals. Obviously, it's not an area that it belongs, but with enough views, it could reach front page, which was selfish, it was wrong, and it knocked other people out of the area. You know, there could have been a good pets and animals video, and it wouldn't have been seen because somebody took advantage of something else, you know what I mean? So that was wrong, and that was hurtful to other people that were trying to make their mark on YouTube as well. So I think as long as it's not actually hurting somebody else, I think it's fair game. I think when people say, hey guys, could you take a moment to like and favorite a video, it really helps me out. It's honest, it's truth, it's a reminder. So I'm going to take an example, and I'm not trying to be mean to this person at all, but he's the perfect example because I used to watch his content, I used to like him a lot. We're going to talk about White Boy. Back when White Boy started, I remember, like, right when I started YouTube, I had, like, 2K subs. He had, like, 20,000. He was still relatively small. Woody had about 40K. And that's about where we were at the time. And I used to watch White Boy because he used to entertain me. He had this social awkwardness, you know. I always felt he'd be super shy, but he seemed really funny, and he just didn't give a fuck about what anyone ever thought of him. He'd speak what was on his mind, and he was extremely entertaining to me. And as he grew on, I grew to like him and his content, and I was really, really a big fan of White Boy. About, I don't know what, a year into his career, he was getting up there. It was about the 100,000 sub range. And around this range, he started realizing what a like and favorite was capable of. How much more money, views, and subscribers he could gain from exploiting this. And it got to the point where his content, his actual videos, were annoying me. That was about the best word I can use for that. They started annoying me because during these videos, it became kind of a sympathy vote. You know, he'd be sad. I want to get out of my house. Using this and that. And, you know, I felt for him and I wanted to help him out. I was, thinking of what I could do. And, I felt for the guy. And then I started seeing, that 4, 5, 6 times a video he would remind you guys to like and favorite. And it started clouding his content. It took away from the greatness that he was able to put down in a video. And it just became this giant plug in every video. Like and favorite. Like and favorite. If you do this, like and favorite. So I've never really understood that. So that's kind of what put the bad name on like and favorite. It wasn't necessarily, not in this case, it wasn't jealousy for me when I used to rant and get mad at people saying like and favorite. When I sit there, if somebody goes and does something simple like and favorite, it really helps me out. Or if they say, hey guys, we had 3,000 likes last time, can we hit 3,500 this video? That's like setting a goal. I don't think there's anything wrong in that. It's not hurting anyone. If anything, I don't think there's anything wrong with encouraging somebody to help support you. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's a flaw with that. But when your content is getting pushed out of the way because you're spending too much time trying to make more out of it, I think it was hurting the content. I mean, it was benefiting his channel, but hurting his content, if that makes any sense. And then there were people that would, what I like to call holding your subs to ransom. I won't post another video until you get to 5,000 subs, or 5,000 likes on the video, or if you want to see another video tonight, get this to 5,000 likes. I didn't think that was right. And it's just me, but I'm not saying there's a right or wrong choice in that. I just did not feel that was right. So that's my thought on likes and favorites. A lot of people get mad at it, but that's like a key word. It's a trigger word for the community. When you hear likes and favorites, you automatically think of greed. And I don't think it should be associated to that extent. I really don't. Now, another thing that I wanted to try to compare and talk a little bit about is you guys should obviously know by now, at least for you Call of Duty fans, you guys should understand that the whole Max Raw Instinct thing, where, he was basically just put out and stoned to death. T. Martin, Woody, Wings, fucking every commentator you can think of pretty much made a video, called him out, exposed him on Twitter for being a fake, a thief, a phony, and for months they've wanted to do this but were afraid. I don't know if they were afraid to do it, they didn't want drama, they didn't want to give him more attention. I didn't know what the reason for not pointing this out, but they kind of just let it slide until one small channel had the balls to say, hey man, this guy stole from me. And to me, I don't think it was a big deal. Somebody stole your content. Quit fucking crying. People do that shit all the time. I had a subscriber the other day that used some of my gameplays. He came to me later on and he said, hey man, I've been using your gameplays, you don't mind? I'm like, no. I mean, as long as you're not being mean to somebody or insulting them during it, I don't think it's a big deal. It should be an honor to you. And it's also reaching to a lot more fans. So in the instinct of T. Martin and this other guy, and Raw Instinct making videos that were teaching other players tricks, tips, tutorials, and stuff like this, That should be what it's about. That should be about knowing that even though he kind of ripped off your idea, he's still helping and teach some of the fans. So you should still feel proud about the fact this guy is using your content. But instead of opening it up and realizing it, you were upset that somebody was benefiting off something that you worked hard on. That's what bothered you. And I thought that was kind of a problem. I mean, in that whole entire video, the only thing that bothered me between the Fly guy and Raw Instinct was the fact that Raw Instinct put his word down. He promised this guy to help promote him in some way, and he went back on his word. That was the problem with me, not the fact that he stole his tags or his ideas or anything like this. We are playing a game. Your ideas are going to be duplicated in some way or form. Now, if you copy them, dot for dot, then obviously you're going to be called out on it eventually. Is it creative? No. Do you deserve it? No. But how's that any different than, me waking up today, checking out what's going on YouTube, and my sub box being full of nothing but Black Ops 2 trailers, which is something I want to talk about. So as far as I go, and this is the same fucking concept in my mind, as far as I go, when people sit there and whine and they just destroyed and massacred Raw Instinct, which I think I guess morally, if you want to think about it, deserved, because it was kind of dirty, and nobody likes to see somebody else make money off of somebody else's work. But that's the world we live in. That's how all these big companies do it. That's what Call of Duty does, these video games. They take different ideas from everything else, and they try to perfect what they are. That's how people become successful. You take an idea, you alter it, make it better, or even sell it better. I could take the same goddamn product you're selling, put a different logo on it, promote it better, and I'm going to be more successful than you. That's the world we're in. We rarely come across unique ideas or unique concepts. It's almost always recycled content, whether or not it's YouTube or real life. That's pretty much the world we live in. It's hard to be genuine and unique anymore. So when people sit there, and the fact that T. Martin and these guys had the nerve to just smash this guy, which, all it took was a little bit of push, and all of the viewers decided to side with them and destroy this guy, yet everybody and their mom, their fucking adopted dog, everybody put up that trailer today. What part of that trailer was their content? What part of that was their effort? What part of that was anything? That was ripped straight off from Call of Duty, thrown on there. And a lot of people will try to argue the fact that that was due to Call of Duty's open, you could post whatever you want about it. Yeah, I know it is. So what's the big problem when he takes your ideas? You completely took somebody else's entire effort, uploaded it, and made $2,000 off of it. So when I see people do something wrong and some guy gets torn apart because of something that you don't like, a week later you do the same fucking thing, but the reason it's okay, the reason people look at it and think it's okay is because everybody thinks it's okay because it's Call of Duty. Not only do they think it's okay, but they think it's okay because everybody's doing it. One guy does something wrong, he gets torn apart. When it was just X-Jaws and White Boy doing the giveaways, they got massacred. But when it was everybody miscategorizing their videos, Woody, Team Bart, everybody was doing that shit, people kind of let it slide because it was the hip thing to do. Everybody else was doing it. So when a majority of people are doing something, people tend to let it go. Because just as people, as humans, what we like to do is, we are afraid of change, but we're willing to make that leap if we need to. If we're threatened or if we feel that's what we need to do. If drive permits us to, we will do so. So let's talk about YouTube. Now, it started off with giveaways, miscategorizing, and everything like this. And all it took was one or two bad seeds. One or two people making shady, somewhat iffy, right or wrong decisions. All it takes is a couple guys to start it. And then anyone else that feels like they deserve the same recognition, or anyone else that feels that they deserve the same amount of fairness or rights as that person that somewhat manipulated something, they're going to follow suit, not only because they want, no, not because they want to, but because they have to, just to stay relevant or to stay in competition. I was sitting here reading an article today, perfect example, the guy that won one of the Olympic medals, he technically got cheated for doing a couple extra kicks, but he sits there and says, hey man, everybody else does it, why am I getting blamed for it? People naturally may not choose to do something wrong or illegal. If you morally feel something is wrong, I'd like to sit here and say, hey, don't do it. But that's not how things work. If you think other people are doing something wrong, a lot of people will follow suit simply because it's fair. And if somebody else is doing it, I'm doing it. Oh, look, you did this. I need to do it too. And this decision that's been forced and thrust upon the community that basically, if you want to stay relevant and you want to keep up with the competition, you have to ask for like and favorites. If you want to be as popular as the next guy, and if you want the same amount of rights and opportunity to be viewed as the other guys, you need to miscategorize. And that's what it is. It's been this snowball effect where it's just straight downhill, and I think the community's getting worse and worse. It could be, this is just a solution. I know it would never work, but just take this opportunity. Everybody's so greedy. Everybody wants more money. This community could turn around one day for 1 week we could all as communities support each other's videos and Twitter it out and everything like this. And as the gaming community could take over YouTube entirely and say, hey man, all you viewers go over here and like and favorite Team Barton's videos for a week, get him on the front page. He's going to make enough money to buy a fucking house if you do that for a month. Next month it's Blame Truth. Next month it's so-and-so. And they'd make $100,000 a fucking month if everybody pitched in to do that, but they're not, because people rely on themselves. They don't trust anyone else. And that's what this community lacks. Nobody is in it together. You got business deals and stuff like this, but that's what this community has turned into, is become, in one word, how I define it, is cutthroat. And I think it's because money got involved. When I started YouTube, it was about fun. It was basically like, you'd be lucky to get $200 a month, man. That was nothing. And partnerships came along. And Google came through, and advertisement and stuff like this, and these guys are making crazy money. Sponsors, ads, you got Gamma Labs, you got energy drinks, you got, apps and all these things. These people trying to throw money at us. And the honest person, how would you do that? I've got a kid on the way. You know how hard it is for me to stick to my morals when I know I need to do whatever it takes to do a kid? And this is what hit me earlier today. I got a comment when I put up that Black Ops 2 trailer. I got a comment. Now, there were two things that bothered me about that video. Two things. One of the things that bothered me was the amount of dislikes. And the amount of dislikes came solely, there were some dislikes that people just disliked Black Ops. But the majority of those dislikes were people that were Battlefield fans. For my Battlefield fans, for you guys, I'm addressing you right now. If you do not like Call of Duty videos, do not click on the videos that are in fucking solid caps saying Black Ops 2 trailer. Don't do it. Simply don't do it. If you want to support somebody, support them. But if there's something you do not like, there's no need to be negative about it. There's no need to go bash other people on something they like. Same thing for the Call of Duty fans. I know there's been this ongoing war, but you have to understand right now, I am Pwn Star. Support me if you want to. Don't support the game, don't do this and this. If you don't like watching Call of Duty, don't watch my Call of Duty videos. If you want to come and drop a like on it or a comment or possibly give it a shot, go for it. There's no need to be mean or hostile. And I don't understand this war. If you guys are worried about this, I'm not turning my back on Battlefield. I'm not turning my back on Call of Duty. I like both of them. You're going to have to understand they're going to live in harmony together whether or not you like it or not. And I don't understand what the problem is. And there are many problems with not only the viewers but with the commentators. And like I said, there's so much craziness that's gone on through this community, and I've just learned to embrace it as being part of what it is. This is my job. This is what I deal with on a routine basis. This has become a business. This has become opportunity and everything like this. And another thing on that video was, people got upset. One of the comments, I left annotations on the video, which to me are obviously reminders. I left an annotation on the video saying, hey guys, if you're looking forward to Black Ops multiplayer, leave a like. That's what I said. And a guy said, I can't believe you're turning into another White Boy or Woody. If you just seriously wanted to be genuine with us, Pwn, say, hey, I've got a kid on the way and I really need the money, and I'd be willing to leave a like. And to me, I took two things away from it. I took away the fact that a lot of you guys respect me enough to try to do the right thing and to understand that I'm always honest with you guys. And that he was expecting, that wasn't a ploy, it wasn't a tactic, that he would expect that if I just honestly wanted help for my kid, I would actually just be outright and honest and say, hey guys, could you seriously like and favorite all my videos because I've got a kid on the way? So it kind of disturbed me, but it kind of made me happy to know that he respected me and understood the kind of person I was, even though through all the bullshit and the dick jokes, he understood the kind of person I was. And I really enjoyed it thoroughly to know that he respected me enough, and he was concerned yet worried and a little nervous. He didn't know if I was changing, if I just threw everything out the door, dropped my morals and what I thought was right. And he was worried. And I'm here to reassure you guys that I'm going to keep playing the games I like. I'm going to keep doing what I think is right. And as long as it's not hurting anyone else, it's not illegal, I'm going to do it. This is my channel. My channel, I can handle any way I want. If I want to allow somebody to sponsor me and, pay me a few thousand extra bucks to put towards my family and my future, and all I got to simply do is put a minute plug in and one video out of the month, if you guys can sit through that, that's great. I appreciate that. Understand that it's doing me a lot of good. I know it may not be something you want to hear, but it's not going to be something I throw in every video. And it's just the kind of thing that I'm dealing with now. You guys are going to have to understand this. There are advertisements. You see NASCAR guys with their fucking cars plastered with advertisements. There are going to be people, that's how it's turning into. We're entertainers. We're, internet celebrities. And we are changing. Here soon it's going to get crazy. You're going to see these guys in television, reality shows. You're going to see shit blow up for YouTube commentators. And it's a curve that everybody's going to have to adjust to, and I think that's the hardest thing for the community right now, not necessarily the commentators, but the viewers, that the curve is here, the time is changing here. Now you have a choice. You can adjust and make that change and adapt, which is natural, or you could sit back and hope it turns back to how it was. And if that's the case, you're going to get stuck. And I'm tired of sitting back. I'm tired of waiting to see if people will turn around and do the right thing. Because if you're going to do that, I'm going to be spending a long time waiting. Us as people, we just want to get better. We want to do what's right. We want to support our families. And therefore, that means we will do whatever it takes. And hopefully you guys understand and respect that. I will never try to, sit here and bump and tell you guys, not actually bump, but like bump up the fact that I'm just going to turn into one big business guy. I mean, it is about business. I will be putting a subscribe button on my channel. I will be asking for likes. It'd be great if you guys can hit 5K likes every video. I will try to help promote myself and recommend you guys to support me more. But that's just because that's something that I think I should do, because this is becoming a business. I'm starting to realize that. And I want any bit of support I can get. I feel I put a lot of effort in. And if taking 5 minutes out of my day can help me gain a few more fans, a few more friends, a few more bucks, then why not do it? If you had the opportunity to make a couple more bucks a day by simply putting an annotation on your video, would you do it? And that's just the point I'm trying to take, is this is a job for a lot of people. This is no longer the YouTube that I used to love and cherish, and I'm having to change with it, and it's not as easy as people think, and a lot of people like to say get over it, and I guess that's part of what I'm trying to say is everybody needs to just kind of get over it. I don't get mad, but I don't get shocked either when I see some of these commentators do the things they do anymore. I might not follow suit with a lot of it, but I'm going to do I'm going to stick to do what I think is right, and I'm not going to sacrifice my content whatsoever. If it means I got to put a promotion here or there, that's one thing, but I'm not going to stop trying to be who I am. I'm not going to stop trying to come up with creative ideas. When I get to the top, I'm not going to give up. I'm always going to keep trying to push myself to become better. I'm not going to sacrifice my content, just completely drop all sort of passion for it. I see a lot of commentators that are up there at the top. They're making thousands of dollars a month, and they're recycling the same fucking content, talking about boring shit, and they are no longer the entertaining people that they used to be. They're still making their money, they're still getting their views, but that's because they're popular. They're popular, therefore they're staying relevant, and they're staying relevant, and they're making money. And as long as they're up there at the top, they have, maybe a little bit of downhill, but until that happens, they don't have to try anymore. I want to let you guys know that I'm never going to give up. I'm never going to stop trying to put effort in. I spend my nights up. Before I go to bed every night, I try to think of a topic for the next day. I try to remember a story from my youth that you guys love. I try to think about new show ideas. And YouTube consumes a large part of my life. And the other part of my life is the reason I do YouTube. So I want you guys to understand that YouTube takes a lot of my life up, a lot more than I'd like it to be. But I'm okay with it because I want to work. I want to earn what I want to do. And I do YouTube solely for my family. I love you guys no matter what, but my family comes first. You guys should understand and respect that. And it's been a blessing through all this. I don't plan on quitting anytime soon, but this is something I needed to address. People got mad for me uploading Call of Duty. And if anything, I feel more sad for just dropping Call of Duty out of nowhere. When I quit Call of Duty and went to Battlefield, I didn't mean to do that. I just couldn't take COD anymore. It was basically find a new game or quit YouTube altogether, and I felt like the smartest choice was to find something else. But, and that's another thing with people. It's easier to take the easy way out. It's easier to copy someone's content and not have to spend time thinking. It's easier to manipulate YouTube, miscategorize, bump giveaways. It's easier to make money and get famous that way. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's the right way. And I like to try to do my things the right way. I'd like to add a little bit more business aspect to my channel and embrace it rather than fight it or badmouth it. I'm tired of being the guy that tries to tell everybody to behave and do right. I'm nobody's mother, and I'm starting to realize that. And I know how much of a bitch I was to a lot of people, and don't get me wrong, a lot of them deserved it. I always stick up for what I believe in, and a lot of these guys made a lot of bad decisions. And in turn, I think it was wrong, because a lot of guys that normally wouldn't have made those bad decisions had to, just like I said, had to follow suit, just because they needed to make ends meet themselves. And YouTube's been a journey. I never thought in a million years that this would turn into being, a great source of income for me, be able to provide for me and my family. I never thought that it would turn from entertainment to who's the quickest guy to get this trailer up, or, what's the next coolest topic I can stab at, or, how many likes and favorites can I get to beat out T. Martin or whatever, you know what I mean? I never thought it was going to be a matter of competition. I never thought it was going to be like that, but that's what YouTube is. And the sooner people realize it, the better we are. And, I just want to thank you guys for all the support you guys have given me over the time. Hopefully you guys understand where I come from, and you're not going to get mad if I ever do take on a sponsor. Hopefully you're not going to get mad if I post Call of Duty, because I'm going to post what I like to play. Call of Duty is going to be an easy thing for me to play. I can hop on for 10 or 15 minutes, render out the video, set it up, good and go. I don't know how much time I'll have for DayZ when the kid comes along. You know, a lot of these games. So Call of Duty is definitely something I need in my life for not necessarily for entertainment purposes, something I can casually play, but it's also going to be something that I can put up quick and easy because I never know the kind of time I'm going to have with a kid. But what are the other things the guy said in that video? Like I said about, you know, if you just wanted to say something about your kid, do it. As much as I brag about having a kid on the way, and I'm so happy about it. I talk about it for excitement. I never ever want to use my kid as a crutch or, you know, a tactic to further myself in YouTube. Honestly, in all reality, I could sit in one of my videos, have a real talk with you guys, whether or not it's intentionally or not, and I could sit there and tell you guys that, guys, please like and favorite this video. If you guys like and favorite this video, I will be set for life with diapers. I can pay for if you like and favorite this video, get 15,000 likes, I could get to the front page, and if we get to the front page like 4 times in a row, my kid's college is paid for. You know, I could do shit like that, you know what I mean? And it could gain me thousands of subs. I could sit there and say that. Would it be true? Yeah. But I'm not going to use my kid. And that's one more thing is I had to sit there and I told him, I left him a message saying, man, I'm not going to use my kid as a crutch. I'm not going to sit here. There have been a couple commentators that have done that, and I think it's just wrong. But everybody has a family to fight for here. Everybody has struggles to overcome, but that's life. Life is never meant to be easy. If it was easy, it'd be boring. Nobody likes boring. So with YouTube and how everything is set up, you know, I respect you guys. I love you guys, and I would never ever try to use my kid. I mean, it does help. I'm not going to stray away from that. But it kind of bothered me a little bit to think that, you know, I knew that he thought that I was trying to make a stab to get better. And of course, that was my initial response. That wasn't a troll video with the Call of Duty video. I want to try to become better. I want to try to get more views. I want to try to get more money. I want to try to get a larger fan base. But I don't have one set goal. My goal is not, I'm just not narrow-minded. I'm not straightforward. My sole purpose is not greed. It's not money. It's entertainment. It's value. It's reading the comments. It's all of it combined into one awesomeness. And that's my goal. It's the purpose. And I just thought it was a little, not disrespectful, but odd to think that somebody would think that I would even try to offer my kid up as like a way or an attempt to further myself. And even though it would work, it's sad to see. I mean, and I don't know if he would expect that out of other commentators, so we thought I would do it or what it was, but that was just kind of my worries. One of the things that triggered this commentary was the Black Ops video where people were upset that I was doing the same thing other people were because people expect better out of me, but I wanted to address that there's nothing wrong in doing that. And the reason nothing's wrong in doing it is because everyone else is doing it. If it got to the point where everybody else was miscategorizing and no one was getting punished for it, I'm going to do it too. Hate me, get mad at me, that's fine. But obviously if nobody's getting punished for it, it's okay. And that's how it was. And I think the community started going downhill. Everything changed back when G-Unit did that fake nuke a few years back. When he did one of the biggest, you know, fake things in the community. When he completely lied to a whole group of community to better himself. And when it first came out, and he just got a flick on the wrist, he didn't get his contract taken, he didn't get any problem, and people realized that it was about money and opportunity then. People realized that there were no punishments in sight. That was probably one of the single most, I guess, disrupting decisions that has ever been made in our community. To realize that no punishment was given to him was a sign to me to show that money trumps everything in this community. To me, that showed that everything was fair game. There's nothing that I can't do. And that's why these guys did this thing. That's why White Boy, in my opinion, this is my opinion, that's why White Boy, you know, did those giveaways for weeks even after saying he was going to stop. Because he knows there's no punishment in sight. For every bit of money we make, Machinima or one of these other companies can make, what, like 2 or 3 times a week. I have no clue. I don't know the real numbers. But why would they cut or punish or hurt somebody that's making them money? You know, that's why I said this is how this has turned into. YouTube's become a business. That's what this is now. And I think that's what it's become, is just like some crazy tsunami kind of thing, you know. You never know what's coming. It just swept out of nowhere and it changed everybody. And if you're not at the front of the pack, you're left behind. And to stay at the front of the pack, you got to do whatever it takes. And, you know, that's what changed. And once people realized that there was no punishments to be had and everybody was making money, therefore there's no point in kind of limiting that, then I think they gave the okay to the community to behave however they wanted with no concerns or worries about getting terminated or losing. Because if you thought about it, as soon as somebody gets cut from one company, there's another one out there willing to take them and make them money, and they'll sit there through the bullshit. And that's kind of what, really hurt this community. Is there were some opportunities to be had to correct the individuals that took wrong decisions, and there was none given. Therefore, it kind of left the door wide open for any other bullshit. And that's just where I stand. It's something I wanted to talk about. And like I said, I've been doing this for a while. I've done a lot of growing up. I've matured a lot through this, though you may not know that from my commentaries. I've become a man throughout these years. I do my best for my family. I do my best for you guys. And I'm always going to put my best in anything that takes priority in my life. And YouTube is a fucking huge priority in my life. You guys are what fuel me and help me get through the day. My wife is what helps me get through the night. My left hand gets me through all the middle times. But that's what this is for me. It's an opportunity. And for every one of you guys that have taken time to watch this, if you guys are still listening right now, you guys are a Pwn Star fan. You guys are part of the Pwn Star Army. You guys are awesome. I really support you guys. I'm glad you support me. It's a great combination. It's a great opportunity, a blessing to be able to do something like this and entertain you guys. It seriously is. It's like I can sit here all day long and have no problems. And, I can just be real with you guys. I can act goofy, give you guys stories. I can be serious, and I can express myself. And it's incredible for you guys to receive me like that. And I just want to thank you guys, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys for this opportunity, for all the support, for all you guys that have not only helped me, but gone out of your way to support the videos and like them or share them or tell your friends about them, Facebook, whatever it is you do, Reddit. And you guys that take that extra moment out of your day to help me really make a lot more difference than you would even think about. But it's been a great journey. I'm going to keep continuing to do this. I'm going to keep playing COD. I'm going to keep playing Battlefield. I'm going to keep playing DayZ. I'm going to keep playing whatever the hell I want to play. And I want you guys to respect that and deal with it. And like I said, I put thumbnails and titles on there. If you don't like a COD video, don't watch a COD video. If you don't like a Battlefield video, don't watch a Battlefield video. Watch what you want to watch. If you want to support me and, don't even want to watch a video, I'm not gonna say no, don't do it. But, all it takes is just a little bit of effort. And I think it's a great combination we got going on. I entertain you guys watch the videos, and just sitting there watching the videos helps us gain a little bit of money, a little bit of fame, a little bit of popularity, a little bit of everything. I mean, it's stress relief. I may not have that much fun playing video games anymore, but I have a whole lot of fun coming up with topics and entertaining you guys, reading comments, trolling people. I have a lot of fun doing that kind of stuff. And I want to thank you guys for the opportunity. I want to thank you guys for listening to the commentary. And hopefully you guys have a different outlook on things like likes and favorites and the community. And as far as things go and people making a lot of fucked up decisions between people, this and that, there are a couple people I don't like. But I no longer judge anybody across how they handle their YouTube. Now it's kind of like what kind of person they are. And I guess their decisions on how they do the YouTube can reflect on a person. But, I guess just try to do your best with making your decisions. At the end of the day, if they're entertaining you, that's all that counts. So even if they do something fucked up, if you're getting a laugh out of it, man, keep on going. Keep trucking, do whatever you want to do. Because, you never know when this will end. Just take the opportunities to watch who you like. And if you really think they're doing great, or if you think they have a reason for doing what they're doing and you want to support them beyond that, like I said, all it takes is a little bit extra. You can check them out on Reddit, follow them on Twitter, stay up to date with them and all that stuff. And that's about it, guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this commentary. Damn, it's been like 35 minutes, but I just want to thank you guys one more time. Just stick your dick in my mouth. I seriously love you guys. And I want to thank you guys one more time, and hopefully you listen to this. Maybe I've impacted and influenced you guys a little more. And I just want to thank you guys. So if you guys can, check down the description below. There is going to be a Twitter link. You guys can follow me where I keep up to date on my uploads and everything like that, and Facebook and all that good stuff. But thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for being a part of the awesomeness that is my channel. And I hope it continues for years, guys. I really do. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Get it.